nations like France, Germany, and United States, where access to healthcare, education, infrastructure, and stable economies shape daily life. In contrast, Global South encompasses many developing countries such as the Philippines, Indonesia, and Bangladesh, often characterized by rapid urban growth, economic disparity, and struggling public services. Today, we dive into a powerful comparison. Paris, France, a symbol of progress and planning, versus the dark side of Metro Manila, particularly the shanty communities in Smoky Mountain, Pasay, and Parañaque. Through this lens, we will explore housing, infrastructure, access to services, employment, and overall quality of life.
In the heart of Metro Manila, home to over 13 million people, but not everyone lives in skyscrapers and condos.
Ako po si Elena, nakatira sa Marala, Cluster 2, Barangay 128, Balatondo, Manila. Ang hanap buhay po namin ay about sa mga kalakal, sa mga basura.
Lie informal settlements, makeshift communities, built from scrap wood, metal sheet, and tarps. Places like Smoky Mountain in Tondo, the shanty towns in Pasay and Parañaque are home to thousands of families. Many live without legal land tenure, clean water, or consistent electricity. In Smoky Mountain, children grow up beside mountains of garbage, scavenging through trash, sorting recyclable plastics, metal, and paper, earning less than 150 per day. While the air is thick with pollutants from fire and decaying waste, in areas of Pasay and Parañaque, flooding is frequent. Gross sewage seeps into streets, and fires can consume entire blocks of houses made from flammable materials. One resident of a cemetery slum in Manila shared, "We live next to them, but the living here have to fight hard." And one mother shared, "When it rains, we don't sleep. We just try to save what little we have." This is not just poverty. It is systemic exclusion from the benefit of urbanization.
In this night, a starry sky, my baby told me with a sigh, saying words that came across as a doubt.
In contrast, Paris, the heart of France, illustrates a different urban reality.
Welcome to the Good Life Abroad in Paris, France.
Which exemplifies the vision of a modern inclusive city. The French capital has invested heavily in social housing, clean public transportation, historic preservation, and universal healthcare. As part of the global north, Paris boasts a modern and historic infrastructure. Its public transportation system moves over 4 million passengers per day efficiently and affordably. Buses, metros, and trams connect every corner of the city. Residents enjoy universal healthcare, free public education, and ample green spaces such as the Garden de Luxembourg.
of housing in Paris is public or subsidized, offering affordable shelter even in high districts. Strict zoning laws ensure preservation of heritage buildings, and recycling the waste disposal are managed citywide. Paris also prioritized climate resilience. It hosted the 2015 Paris Climate Summit.
Dear friends, never before has a responsibility so great been in the hands of so few. The world is looking to you. The world is counting on you.
Advocating global emission cuts to green investments. Of course, Paris has its challenges like rising steel states prices and social tensions, but its infrastructure and public services are deeply rooted in countries of investment and planning.
In terms of housing, Pasay and Parañaque have makeshift homes with no land security, while Paris has regulated housing and government-assisted housing. For services, Metro Manila experiences unreliable access to water, healthcare, and education, while Paris offers universal healthcare and public education. Regarding employment, residents in Manila often work informal jobs with child labor and no legal protection.
Ang hanap buhay po namin ay about sa mga kalakal, sa mga basura. Meron po akong maliit na negosyo. Ito nga po, mga kalakal po. Tapos pinapasok ko rin po ito sa malalaking jam shop. Katulad mamaya magpipili kami kasi pasok sa malalaking jam shop. 10 years na po. Pero ito pong, ano na to, yung business ko, kasi nag-grant ko lang po ito. Kasi dati po ako scavenger.
Paris provides formal employment, labor laws, and paid benefits. In the environmental aspect, Manila suffers from pollution, flooding, and poor sanitation, while Paris maintains clean air and organized waste disposal. And for community, informal networks are strong but vulnerable in Metro Manila. In Paris, strong public support systems and city planning ensure social resilience. These disparities are rooted in historical inequalities, colonial legacies, and global economic systems that have shaped urban development differently in the global north and south.
A comparative look at Paris and the urban core of Metro Manila reveals a deep global urban divide. It reflects a global urban divide between those who benefit from strong governance and those left behind by uneven development. Paris represents what effective governance, sustainable planning, social investment can accomplish. In contrast, Metro Manila's informal communities reflect the struggles of many global south cities. Rapid urbanization without adequate infrastructure or protection for the poor. But hope exists, strong community bonds in Metro Manila show resilience. With 3010 reforms, international support, and inclusive planning, progress is possible. Inequality is not destiny. Bridging this divide is not only a local task, it is a global responsibility. Because every child, whether in Paris or Metro Manila, deserves a clean water, safe shelter, and a future full of possibility.
surprised you the most in this comparison?
The scale of inequality, that in one part of the world, universal health care is a right, while in another, people can even access clean water.
What do you think needs to change most urgently in Metro Manila?
Well, secure housing and sanitation. People can live with dignity when they are on flood or far away from losing everything. What lesson can Paris teach the rest of the world?
Public investment and long-term planning work. You don't need to be wealthy. You need to prioritize. How did this project change your view of urban life? It made me realize that urban privilege is often invisible. What we take for granted is clean streets, working toilets, but it isn't guaranteed everywhere.
What should global leaders focus on?
Real global cooperation and raise awareness. Rich cities need to help poorer ones, like with technology, planning models, and climate resilience, strategies to prioritize inclusive development, locally and